When it comes to choosing a charity you want to support, what are the most prominent factors you think of? I know for me personally, it's the long-lasting effects that a charity has. And A26LA is a charity who develops these long-lasting effects through something as simple as teaching kids how to write. I know I personally had my life changed by one of the most prominent people in my life, my high school English teacher, who turned around the way I communicate, the way I write. And though I'm not perfect now, she has had a drastic impact on my life. I know for all of us, we've been in situations which communicating properly, such as giving a speech or writing, has been important, and we've had to be successful in that. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of writing and the implications that it has, as well as what 826LA has done to adopt this principle to help kids around the world, and why 826LA is a charity that you should consider supporting. Alright, so first off, I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of writing. Although there are many skills that can be developed that help you throughout your life, one of the most important is writing because it helps develop your communication skill in general. In fact, Forbes actually describes it as the most important skill in business, and Purdue describes it as something that's not just important, but is actually critical for success. Writing teaches you how to communicate properly. It helps you develop your critical thinking skills. It helps you develop the ability to convey the message that you're trying to speak properly. It goes beyond just simply writing a paper. It's something that's incredibly important and teaches you how to communicate in every situation properly, whether it be giving a speech, working with a team, or simply writing a resume or an application letter or anything of that nature. So writing is incredibly important. It's critical for success and is something that a skill that everybody needs to develop throughout their lives. And moving on, 826LA is actually a charity who's adopted this principle to help many kids around the world. With this, they've actually developed workshops that have allowed kids to work on developing their ability to write resumes, college applications, and things of that nature that help them benefit their lives from the point they're at. They don't just simply give them something in the moment, but they teach them skills that allow them to push themselves further than they would have previously. They have one-on-one tutoring sessions and workshops, like I said, that allow people to develop those specific skills. And as I said, one-on-one tutoring sessions that allow a kid to develop their skills significantly more than a classroom setting would. And although you may be like a classroom setting is able enough to teach a kid how to write, with these one-on-one tutoring sessions, they get a whole new level of educational development. Specifically, some of the areas that it's incredibly impactful in, McLaugh Academy actually addresses things such as personalized teaching sessions in which you can go at the student's pace as opposed to having them go at the pace of the classroom. They feel they're put in a comfortable environment in which they can work at their own rate, work at their own pace, and develop their skills with a relationship between the teacher that allows them to see how they need to be taught and what areas they need to be taught as opposed to this overarching general message. With this one-on-one tutoring that 826LA provides, many kids are developing skills that are incredibly important into impacting their lives and allow them to develop a pathway to the future for themselves. 826LA has even created 10 publications with over 400 of their students. They've continued to impact these kids' lives and allow them to do things that they just would not have been able to do prior, simply through developing their writing and communication skills. And moving on to why this is such an important thing and why this should prompt you to support 826LA. And that's because it creates opportunity. Simple as that. The opportunities that a charity like this creates for these kids are incredibly impactful. Helping them go to college, helping them get jobs, things of that nature. And as the quote by the famous philosopher Maimonides goes, "Give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime." And that's the principle that this charity has adopted. And though it's cliche, they give kids opportunity simply through something like developing their writing skills. They teach these kids how to push their lives further, how to be successful, and how to communicate properly, communicate the messages that these kids have that may change the world. With adopting that cliche that we hear so many times, they've impacted many kids' lives, giving them opportunities, opening doors, and allowing them to push themselves to a place that they would not have been able to prior. So in conclusion, the importance of writing is incredibly high. With writing, you learn how to develop your communication skills, you learn how to think and communicate in a critical manner, and learn how to work with people and work as a team. And 826LA has adopted this principle in order to help many kids around the world create opportunities for themselves. With this, they've created opportunities. They can get into colleges, they can get jobs, and they've helped them develop these skills that allow them to work with a team and communicate better just with the people around them, pushing them to a point in which they open doors for themselves they wouldn't have prior, helping these kids have a drastic change in their life for the better. So I challenge you to think about ways that you could help kids learn how to write or learn how to do anything that would challenge them to open more doors. Or challenge yourself to support a charity that allows kids to have these doors open that we may have access to, but they don't because of the expenses of tutoring and things of that nature. So thank you. I would now like to open up the floor for questions. And so how did I learn about 8260? Actually, I am a huge nerd, and a D&D show that I watch was sponsored by 826LA, I say sponsored, they support 826LA in almost every single one of their episodes, and that piqued my interest because, you know, the development of writing skills and things of that nature. Okay, so next question. Oh yes, what exactly prompted me to choose 826LA for my charity? It's simply the fact that through something so simple, they're impacting the lives of many kids around the world. They're teaching kids how to open these doors, like I said, and pursue bigger, better, greater dreams they wouldn't have been able to pursue prior. Okay, so thank you for listening, that's all. I would now like to close the floor for questions.